If life has been feeling strangely heavy lately, it may be a sign that something is about to change. Even when nothing particular has happened, you might notice your mind or body feeling heavier than usual. You may feel more tired than before, or find that things which once felt easy now require more effort. When we sense this kind of heaviness, many of us start to wonder whether something is going wrong, or if we've made a mistake somewhere along the way. But is that feeling really a bad sign? Before visible changes appear in life, there is often a quiet period of inner adjustment. The heaviness felt during this time is not proof that life has stopped. It can be a sign that something is beginning to realign beneath the surface. In this video, we will gently loosen the belief that feeling heavy means failure, and look calmly at what may be happening within you before life begins to move again. You don't need to change how you feel right now. Just allow yourself to consider that this heaviness may carry meaning. That possibility alone is enough for now. Chapter 1. Why heaviness is often mistaken for failure. When life feels heavy, many people try to make that feeling disappear as quickly as possible. They blame themselves for lacking energy or push themselves to become more positive. Beneath this reaction lies a quiet assumption that heaviness is something wrong. We've long been taught that moving smoothly means we're doing well, and slowing down means something is off track. So when our pace falters, we tend to doubt ourselves before questioning the situation. But in many cases, the belief that feeling heavy means things aren't working did not originate from your own inner sense. It often comes from expectations, comparisons, and standards you absorbed without realizing it. If you find yourself judging this heaviness, it may not be the feeling itself that's the issue, but the meaning you've learned to attach to it, a meaning that may no longer fit who you are now. Feeling heavy doesn't mean you've become weaker. It can be a sign that old ways of thinking or living are quietly being reconsidered. When the same standards no longer apply, that mismatch often shows up first as a feeling. Chapter 2. What happens inside before life moves? When life begins to change, something often shifts inside you before anything changes on the outside. These shifts don't usually appear as clear events, but as subtle changes in mood or perception. You may start to feel uneasy about things that once felt natural, or sense that you can't stay in the same place anymore, even without knowing why. This doesn't mean something is being lost. It often means the old shape of your life no longer fits the way it once did. Inside, a quiet movement toward something new has already begun, while the outer world remains unchanged. That gap in timing can feel like heaviness or stagnation. At this stage, clear answers rarely appear yet. That uncertainty can feel uncomfortable, making it seem as though nothing is happening. But in reality, old choices and beliefs are slowly loosening their hold. Before life moves in a visible way, there is often a necessary period of inner sorting. It may not look dramatic, but it is steadily preparing the next flow. Chapter 3. Heaviness as a sign of preparation. Whenever something is about to change, we naturally become more cautious. When the future feels unclear, both mind and body hesitate to move too quickly. That hesitation can be experienced as heaviness. Think of moments before an important decision when answers don't come easily and your emotions feel weighed down. This isn't simply confusion. It's a sign that you're taking new possibilities seriously. As life moves toward a new phase, an inner reevaluation takes place. What to continue, what to release, where to place your energy, where to step back. During this adjustment, heaviness often appears. The absence of lightness doesn't mean something is wrong. It can mean you're treating what comes next with care, a natural pause, allowing the next step to emerge without force. Chapter 4. You don't need to become light right now. When heaviness lingers, many people try to escape it quickly, seeking uplifting words, distractions, or motivation, treating the feeling as something that must be fixed. But forcing yourself to feel lighter often leads to more exhaustion. Pulling yourself toward a future state before you're ready creates more distance from where you actually are. In periods of heaviness, adding more effort isn't always what helps. Sometimes staying still allows things to settle naturally. You don't need answers right now. You don't need a clear direction yet. That doesn't mean you're behind, and you don't need to encourage yourself more than necessary. This phase has its own role. Because of it, when movement begins again, it will feel natural and sustainable. For now, let yourself pass through this state without trying to change it. Chapter 5. Life is quietly changing direction. Extended heaviness can make it feel as though life has come to a standstill, as if nothing is moving, as if nothing is changing. But moments of redirection are often the least visible from the outside. Change doesn't always arrive loudly. It often begins with subtle shifts in what you choose and how you respond. You may notice that things you once accepted easily now require distance, or that something previously unnoticed suddenly draws your attention. These small changes are signs that your inner direction is already shifting. Life rarely turns all at once. First, your inner orientation changes quietly. Then, once it settles, the outer flow follows. Even while things feel heavy, that adjustment is already underway. This heaviness isn't here to stop you. It's a moment of slowing down, so you can enter the next flow without strain. Final chapter. This heaviness is not stopping you. What you're feeling now is not proof that life isn't working. It doesn't mean you've made a mistake, and it doesn't mean you're falling behind. It's a moment where you're pausing to sense where you're headed next. When real change approaches, we often stop forcing ourselves forward. Instead, the body and heart recognize that the old way can no longer continue. That realization appears as heaviness. So it's okay if you don't feel light right now. It's okay if answers aren't clear yet. Within this heaviness, your life is already preparing for its next movement. I am Realia. What you're feeling has meaning. This moment is a necessary passage toward the future. Please trust the rhythm you're in. If this message brought even a small sense of ease, I'd be grateful for your support through a like or subscription. And if something resonated with you, feel free to share it in the comments. I'll see you again in the next video.